It's been 62 days since we saw the lizard close up her nest. In the past, I've seen that oftentimes the babies don't come out where she finishes her nest. I don't know if that's by plan or not, but in my last video, someone came out over here. This is where she dug her nest initially. So I'm going to take this out easily, and I'm looking for eggs that are empty. And if they're not, I'll carefully put the nest back. I've done that before, and all the eggs hatched after I rebuilt the nest. So let's see. Let's start over here where we found our new little baby. Part of the issue you'll see is, like from the initial video, this was all nice and smooth and filled up. About a month later, it was sunken all along here. Apparently looked like it had been dug on. I don't think that would be far enough to get the eggs, because typically they're down about that far under the dirt and off at angles and stuff, so I'm not too concerned with that being the case. So let's move this over here. Well, we do have caverns throughout here. And there is a chance that there was multiple nests here that I did not catch before. This was a site for a blotch-sided lizard some years ago. And fortunately, a PhD candidate used that video in the dissertation, and it was amazing the work that he did with the blotch-sided lizards having multiple examples of dimorphism, whereas the male can have 3 different colors of neck colors, depending on the type of territory that he maintained. So, oh, here we go. What's this? No. Looks like. So, this just looks like the mulch that I put around this pomegranate tree, just pulling away from the neighboring dirt. I'm not really seeing anything. It's indicative of a nest. This easily could be where the nest is from the entrance over here. I don't know what the reason is for that, but the female took about 2 hours to prep this whole area after she had closed the nest up, to where you would not be able to tell there was anything there. It's amazing how much energy she would put into doing that. Also keeping herself exposed. I have a family of crows that live in the area here, and I often see them at a bird bath that I have set up, eating lizards full of eggs. I'm just trying to go for easy dirt, because that's what would be necessary for a juvenile to be able to leave the egg chamber. It would have to be fairly easy for it to climb back up. I've seen numerous baby blotch-sided lizards running across here during my earlier reviews of the film. And that's not what I think actually what the mother I feel. I think it was just either a spiny granite lizard or other type of fence lizard, which typically have gray babies. Okay. See how easy this is to push away. Also, even though this is a basin, I have the water going into a water bottle here with holes in it, so basically all the infiltration would be below the level. Should not have caused much of a problem for a nest, though we did have some rain within the last 2 months. A little atypical for this time of year, and we are in a drought here in Southern California. Not that that really helps our long term, because we don't really do much in the way of storage. Our water comes from the mountains in the northern part of California, where it's stored in the form of snow throughout the year. Okay. Now we're getting towards where the female dug her nest. Oh, right about here. And she, not seeing any of the empty eggs. Hopefully we will find them, which is confirm that the eggs did already hatch, or at least we'll get an idea of what her nest looked like. Right. Last year I almost gave up on digging the nest out. I couldn't believe how far it went. Empty eggs kind of look like a white bean, and with a hole on one end of it, kind of dried out. I have a video where I dug them up, and you can see how leathery they were. And I just refilled the hole and came back a week or two later, and they were all empty. So it is possible to return eggs and have them normally finish their job. I have no reason to believe that whatever dug up this area before it went anywhere near this deep. They just kind of scratched up the surface a little bit. They could have been looking for grubs in the soft dirt. Maybe a skunk or a possum or something like that. nice to see the empty eggs. I got lucky last year of the babies. Well, I think there's about 8 of them, 8 or 9. Came out about an hour before sunset. If they would have come out a little bit later, I would not have seen them at all. And in fact, I think I was just getting ready to dig the nest up, planning to, because I was thinking that it lasted too long. And that's the day they came out. To my knowledge, that's the only video of a wild lizard nest hatching. And that's only because I was lucky enough to see the lizard digging her nest. And on my house. It was easy to set up cameras and check it. Required going through 12 hours of video every day before I put the camera back out. Of course, I can do it through fast forward, just essentially looking for disturbance versus anything recognizable, just seeing dirt move. And then slowing down at those sections. So it took a minimum, assuming that I saw nothing happening, a minimum of about 20 minutes to go through that. Okay. This is all pretty hard here. Uh-huh. You seem to have a little chamber here. Okay. I'm not going to be able to get to that any other way but then to come down. Ooh, what do we got here? Well, here we are. We have the unhatched eggs. See what that looks like? Quite a nice sized lizard. That's going to go right back in here. Put a nice solid roof over it. So that's 62 days. That's quite amazing. Well, maybe we gave these little guys a little easier start with this loose dirt. As you can see, there's no tunnel for them to come out of. Protect that from the elements and bugs and things like that. Okay, now we know.